anticholinergic nicotinic receptors are the cholinergic blocking agent on the nicotinic receptor. So if you look for the receptor of cholinergic subtype nicotine, then in these conditions generally again the same feature is required which block the activity of cholinergic drugs on the nicotinic receptors. That is, similarly, they are agents which having high binding affinity for nicotinic receptor but have no intrinsic activity, and definitely drug which bind to the cholinergic receptor but do not activate it, similar like the muscarinic receptor, prevent the binding of acetylcholine, as well as they also subside the effect of acetylcholine by means of competitive bindings. And this nicotinic antagonist is also subcategorized into two categories. One is skeleton neuromuscular, another one is ganglionic blocking agent. But our key attention on the skeletal neuromuscular agents. If we look for that, so what is the binding site of nicotinic receptor? So ultimately it is a ion gated channel receptor, while the muscarinic receptor is G coupled protein receptor. So this ion gated channel receptors is having 5 subunits. Out of that, 2 alpha units are there, 1 beta units are there, 1 gamma units are there, and 1 delta units are there. So these 2 alpha units basically having the 2 ligand binding site, and if you take the in-depth of this binding site, then it's look like this cavity or this pocket in which the alpha subunits are there, then gamma is there, then delta is there, then beta is there, type of things. And in that conditions, if you look, there is the anionic binding site, and the hydrogen donor or hydrogen acceptor interaction sites. And ultimately, in case of the nicotinic agonist activity, for that there is 2 acetylcholine molecule is required on this 2 side, but there is the space is present in which bigger side molecule or bigger molecule can be accommodated. So these things revealed that there is the 2 anionic binding site. So molecule might have the 2 cationic segments. Apart from that, they also having some groups or some moiety which are having capability to bond a hydrogen bond with donor acceptor site, as well as there is the key thing, the distance which present in between this 2 anionic binding site is also important. They suggest that the these two cationic site on the ligand must have some specific distance. So if we look for that, this thing suggests that the two quaternary centers at specific separations, which is equivalent to 1 to 1.15 nanometers, are they have the pattern which is quite differ from the atropine based antagonist which bind in the muscarinic receptors. There is only we need the one quaternary center, but in these conditions we require two quaternary centers, and here the binding interaction is also quite differ as compared to the muscarinic receptors. So if we go further, then it's it's suggested that the ion gated channel having a diameter of approximate 8 nanometer, and if you look for the one of the antagonist, that is tubocorin, how it bind to the nicotinic receptors. There is in blue, that is the acetylcholine binding site. So the one portion of the tubocorin bind with the one side of the acetylcholine. This is the another acetylcholine binding sites. So it is giving some different things where the another molecule might be binds. And if you go for the SAR of this nicotinic antagonist, then it look like that there must be two anionic binding site is present on the receptor. So the neuromuscular blocking effect can be achieved if the molecule is having two cationic zone, but apart from that still this thing can be achieved if the one positive charge quaternary amines is present in the molecule, as well as this positive charge amine portion is basically attracted by the negative charge portion on the acetylcholine receptors, and in case of acidosis, the tertiary amine, if there is no quaternary amine, tertiary amine is present, then that can be protonated to the quaternary amine, and when this thing is happens, the potency of the molecule is increases. The monoquaternary amine like D-tubocorins or piperines or propyroniums having potency towards the nicotinic receptors as antagonist activity. If you look for the structure of tubocorinin, it is having a key structure, that is tetrahydroisoquinoline derivative, and these tetrahydroisoquinoline derivatives, they are the two molecules in which the one nitrogen is in the form of quaternary amine while another nitrogen in the form of tertiary amine, and protonation it give the quaternary nitrogens. And similarly, if you look for other inhibitors, that is bucuronium, this bucuronium is achieve that distance by cyclopentopyrhydrophenanthrene system, and that is equivalent to near about 1.1 diameter, and they have the similar quaternary charge is achieved by means of the quaternary ammonium group at one side, while the another side there is the tertiary nitrogen which can be protonated, and they can get interact with the negative charge located on the binding side. And this becuronium having a additional acetyl type of group which undergo for hydrogen bond interactions with the hydrogen acceptor or donor interactions which present on the receptor surface. Similarly, if we look for the pattern of becuronium analogues in which we go for the pencuronium, in that pencuronium the derivative is converted into quaternary. Ammonium means hydrogen is replaced by means of methyl group, and this steroid act as a spacer that is having a approximately 1.1 nanometer, or that is 1.09 nanometer. So they fulfill the basic requirement of the distance of these two quaternary nitrogen, that is 1.15 nanometer, to interact with the nicotinic receptor. If we look for the both nitrogen in the form of quaternary nitrogen, then it is giving the optimum activity, and generally if it is not fixed by the cyclopentane systems, then the distance which is present in between these two nitrogen must be 10 to 12 carbon breeze. And if you look for the example, then there is the succinyl choline system is there, or atracurium is there. If you look for the structure of this, then there is another example that is decamethonium, and in which these two nitrogen are separated by the 10 carbon bridge, so they can easily interact on the anionic side of the receptor, but they does not have the hydrogen bond interaction with the donor side of the receptor. And if you look for the succinylmethonium or succinyl choline, in that again the two nitrogens are approximately far from each other by the same distance as equivalent to 1.1 nanometer. And if you look for atracuronium, it is also having the isoquinoline systems, and definitely there is the breeze present in between that which can be achieved the same distance which is equivalent to 1.1 angstrom. So for the anticholinergic action against nicotinic receptors, we required the two quaternary nitrogens, and that two quaternary nitrogens must be far from each other by means of 1.1 nanometer, and definitely that bridge can be achieved through a carbon chain length of 10 to 12 carbon, but in that conditions the thermodynamic conductivity is increases, the number of conformation is increases. So in place of that we can achieve that distance by means of the ring systems which restrict the rotations, which restrict the conformations like cyclopentoperhydrophenanthrene systems, or by means of the cyclic system which is generated through the isoquinoline rings as the tuberculin. So ultimately this thing help in designing of the anti-nicotinic drugs. If you have any query regarding the sex activity relationship for further improvement towards the anti-muscarinic activity or towards the anti-nicotinic activity specific to with reference to the skeletal muscles, then feel free to contact us. Thanks once again.